The load factor refers to the stresses put on the airframe during the various phases of flight. Fighter pilots are particularly aware of this phenomenon. For instance, centrifugal force during turns increases the load factor on the wings, essentially causing them to support more than the weight of the airplane. Without an increased load factor, the normal weight of the airplane is said to be 1 gravity, or 1g for short. The stalls we've done so far have been at a load factor of 1g, or slightly more than 1g, in turning stalls. The indicated airspeed at which the airplane stalled is fairly consistent. The stalling speed in the turning stalls was slightly higher, but the increase is so small that it is not readily noticeable. An increase in weight or an increase in load factor will cause the airplane to stall at a higher speed. Load factor is increased by steep turns, pull-ups, or any abrupt changes in the airplane's attitude.
Stalls caused by an increased load factor are called accelerated maneuver stalls. As it's used, the word accelerated does not mean speeded up, but that the stall has been caused by an increased load factor during a steep turn or an abrupt pitch change.
Accelerated stalls should not be done with the flaps extended because of the risk of exceeding the maximum flaps extended speed in the stall recovery. Also, some airplanes have lower structural load limits with the flaps extended. To stay safely within the structural load limitations, they should be done at airspeeds at or below maneuvering speed, and in most cases, not more than 20% above the normal stall speed. With power reduced, the airplane should be slowed to a speed 1 1/2 times the normal stall speed in straight flight. When the proper airspeed is reached, a 45-degree banked turn is started with back elevator pressure used to maintain altitude. When the bank is established and the airspeed is 20% above the normal stall speed, back elevator pressure is briskly increased to bring about the stall. At the stall, the rolling and pitching action is usually more sudden than you encounter in an unaccelerated stall. If the airplane starts to roll, power must be added and the back pressure released in order to recover before the wings can be leveled with coordinated aileron and rudder. Stalls are practiced so that you can learn to recognize the approach of a stall and how to apply the correct actions to keep the stall from happening. If because of distractions, turbulence, or just plain inattention, a stall does happen, your objective is to effectively recover normal flight with a minimum of altitude loss.
Practicing flight at critically slow airspeeds, including stalls and slow flight, shouldn't stop when you get your pilot certificate. Take a few minutes occasionally to reacquaint yourself with the handling characteristics of the airplane at slow speeds. Experience the sight and sound cues of an impending stall and how to prevent or recover from a stall. It's a very small premium to pay for insurance you may never have to use.